You watch Last of Us?
Yes.
It's like, remember the old gay man with the shelter? It's like, yeah, those, if the apocalypse come, they're gonna be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of us gonna be like, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but then those people go after those people.
Oh,
People
well, yeah.
who weren't prepared. They try to find the people that are prepared. What's interesting is preppers a lot of times get lumped into terrorists. They get labeled. Like there's this guy, Mike Glover, who's been on my show, who runs this company, Fieldcraft Survival, and he teaches preparedness for all kinds of different things. But they had him labeled. They had him on a list, like an extremist list.
But imagine,
because he's just telling people, like, if society collapses, like he's a special operations soldier.
Well, there's probably some crossover between the two communities, you know. And you probably don't because it's already so few of you. I would imagine if you're like, if somebody walked up and was like, "Hey, fucking John is in the Klan," he's like, "Well, just don't bring up race around John." You know what I mean? Like he's one of our best preppers.
I don't think they're talking about that. I think they're talking about people that want to overthrow the government.
Oh, like, okay, so I get what you're saying.
Malicious.
So it's like people that want the society to collapse are mixed in with the people that are preparing just for if it does.
Yeah,
right.
And the worry is that, well, from the preppers' perspective, the people that are into that would say, like, I don't trust the government not trusting me, because what they don't trust me is that if the shit goes down, they go full totalitarian. They know we're armed to the tits, and they don't like it. Plus, we have food, we have water, we can huddle down,
right,
and fight them off. That's what they think. I would imagine, and just espousing that puts you on a watch list.
Yeah. Or even if it was like zombie shit or some disease or like, bro, you know the and I might just be talking my ass. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, Jamie. But the premise of Last of Us was that one fungus that cordyceps, it couldn't infect humans,
right?
And then it did, right?
Yeah.
And now it has in real life.
Has it really?
I just read this like a couple weeks ago. Am I wrong, Jamie? It has infected a human now.
Really?
Yeah. Now, obviously, I don't know if it can mind control a human, because you probably die before it could take over your whole mind, because our minds are way bigger than, bugs.
But there's things that take over our minds anyway. There's toxoplasmosis, which you actually get from cats. You might have that.
Well, if there was a pussy plant out there.
Well, from your wild cat, you probably have it. You probably have toxo.
Oh, for sure. Just from being exposed to cat feces?
Yeah.
Feces?
Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch, she rubs her butthole on everything.
Not only that, she's out there with rats and all sorts of things. Who knows what she's killing and eating out there?
I think it makes you love them, right?
What it does with rats is it makes them sexually attracted to the smell of cat urine.
Oh, okay.
They literally lose their ability to be afraid of cats, and then they get hard, like thinking about cat piss. So they get aroused. So they literally seek out the cats. And then the cats kill them and eat them, and toxoplasmosis actually multiplies inside a cat's gut. Could cordyceps fungi infect humans? Cordyceps, opiocordyceps are types of fungi that typically infect insects. Fictional works have explored cordyceps infections in humans, but this fungus is not likely to evolve to cause infection in humans in the near future. However, cases of fungal infection may be increasing with climate change. This is recently.
Did I speak out of my ass? I'm misinformation.
No worries. It happens.
Hold on. I know I'm not tripping, though. Let me see what I see.
You know what scares me is rabies.
Oh, yeah. Well,
rabies is wild. You hear about like the accounts of like settlers trying to make their way across the country that encountered animals with rabies and the way they died. Rabies is wild because it infects animals and makes them want to bite you to give you rabies.
Yeah, and every time I hear somebody tell me they got bit by a wild animal and they didn't go to the hospital,
oh my God,
are you crazy?
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Because once you start showing symptoms of rabies, you're already dead.
You don't have much time. Like I think you have to get to the hospital and get treatment within 24 hours. I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, you can't rest on it.
Yeah, I know a dude that was telling me a story about someone who got nicked by a bat. Like there was bats under a bridge, and the bat, they're all flying, and he got nicked on his hand. He died of fucking rabies.
Just a nick.
Yeah, see if you can find that. Guy gets nicked from bat, dies of rabies. Yeah, like nicked his hand, I think. And he's like, oh, what the fuck is that? Thought nothing of it, Thing just flew by. Maybe he didn't even feel it. Maybe he didn't even notice. There's a bunch of bats around. You're like, Jesus.
Oh, man, that's another fear.
Infected bat ran into the hand of BC man who later died from rabies. Suffering a small puncture wound in rare daylight encounter this spring. Wow.
Damn, he's 21 years old.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
And he didn't go to the hospital?
I don't know. I said he developed symptoms of rabies 6 weeks later.
Yeah, bro. You got to get, because once the symptoms kick in, you dead. You can't, nothing you can do. You got to get to that. If you get bit by a wild animal, you got to go to the hospital that night, immediately.
Isn't that crazy? Like, he didn't even know.
I would lie at the hospital. Because if you tell them you're having chest pains, they'll see you right away.
Imagine you're feeling like shit, and you have to think back to 6 weeks ago where a bat, like, grazed you.
I'm having chest pains. I got bit by a bat. Checking me out for everything. Yeah. Hell yeah. Because they do, they do triage at most emergency rooms, meaning they don't see you in the order you came in. They see you in what they think is the most serious.
Right. So you got to say something's really wrong.
Yeah. Unless you're bleeding out or you having chest pains, it's not serious. So you might be sitting there for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours.
You got to fake a stroke.
You just got to say you're having chest pains.
Just getting dizzy. I'm blacking out. My chest
don't get me wrong. I wouldn't do that. If I thought something serious was wrong, I would lie about having chest pains. I have no shame.